562.
The sexiest podcasts on the network. The one that's currently going to be posting on Facebook about our live stream.
Oh my goodness. I forgot to mute the tab on YouTube.
Oh my God, Brian.
Just start playing in my ears and freaked me out.
Old reverb effect or whatever.
Yeah, sure was. I'll tell you what, I didn't like it.
One bit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still pretty actually warm up here. I mean, what is it outside? It's like 68 degrees. Oh, 1 degree away from being nice.
Yep. Nice. 69, dude. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Well, it's weird because, we're late and things are it's hot.
It's Tuesday. We're all fucked up.
Sticky from my head to my feet. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's Brian?
Yeah. Oh, I'm all right.
All right.
Went out for a little bit. It was a really nice day out today.
It looked nice. I'll tell you that much.
We're out for a while. It was a little nice breeze blowing. It was about 70. It's pretty comfortable day, except that, holy Jesus, it was like all the pollen was like, you know what we should do? Attack all the people with allergies.
The pollen bros are gonna let's go face fuck.
That's basically what happened. Yeah, just a face hugger of pollen.
Face fucking. Non-consensual.
Yep.
Way to go, pollen bros.
Oh, they for sure don't ask. They're just right after.
Just right in there. Little pollen balls.
Yeah. Wow. I mean,
know, right?
You're not wrong.
I don't think we can get away with pollen balls deep as a title episode.
I was just thinking the same thing because I almost immediately wrote it down because, reactions. But, yeah, then I was like, I should probably not.
Today, Brian, I'm channeling my inner Arnold Palmer.
Oh, you are? Playing golf?
Eventually, right? Yeah, this like a 12-pack. This is like $4 at Aldi. I'm like, psh. I know my kids like it. And then I was like, I'm not drinking tonight. Because, as stated before we started recording, feel like shit. So I'm like, I just need waters, but I want something full of flavor. Don't worry. I still got death on deck.
Okay, good. You mean refreshing, thirst murdering, liquid death.
Although it's my last can.
Just making sure.
Listen, Liquid Death, you better. I need a case on my front step ASAP.
Dang it. We're in
Shoot
trouble.
Me a DM on The Monotony on Instagram, and I will give you my address.
Right.
I want to murder my thirst, but on the cheap side. By that, I mean free.
Wait, what was that?
So I want to murder my thirst, but on the cheap side, as in like free.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, man. Good times.
Mm-hmm.
You ever feel like Bruce Lee roundhoused your face? Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, once in a while. Like all the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. That's the way I was feeling sitting outside that flower place today when I was with my mom, and just all the smell of all the flowers and stuff that most people would be like, oh, wow, this is pleasant and wonderful. And I'm like, oh, God.
An assault on your face.
The assault. It is. Oh, it is, too.
Because, when people touch you up. We got bad internet
Of
today,
course, things are. Yeah, it sure seems like it because we just started. We had no problems beforehand.
Well, this is what happens. When we actually need to get things accomplished, that's when things...
Man. Yeah, we're getting some bad lag here.
What's going on?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
I know,
enough of this horse shit.
Yeah, look at that. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
I'll tell you what.
We haven't been recording or streaming for very long, and we've dropped 10% of our frames.
Yeah, I'm
Fucking
not surprised because
sick.
that's oh like dude.
Technology at its finest, bro.
Yeah. Yep. It was weird not recording yesterday because it threw me all off because I didn't even think about the fact of it being Monday. I could have watched Raw last night,
Right.
and didn't even think about it until much later. And I mean, no big deal. I'll just catch it on Hulu, and Hulu cuts it in half anyway. Well, WWE I'm sure does the editing,
They
but
take out all the boring shit
um,
like NFL Network used to do.
yeah, yeah, dude, they drop it from 3 hours. Like if you watch it live, it's 3 hours. If you watch it on
Holy
Hulu, it's
shit,
an hour
that's
and a
wild.
half.
Huh.
Yeah. Right. Well, they trim out. Well, I can't say they trim out all the commercials because obviously Hulu puts some commercials in, but um, yeah, they trim out a lot of the
Interesting.
fat. So yeah, it's good and bad because sometimes some of the like dumb, like not big storyline stuff gets cut, and sometimes that's the
Right.
entertaining stuff. But yeah, what are you gonna do? You can always catch the other stuff on YouTube's or
Can't
something
win
like
them
that.
all, eh?
Yeah, and again, in the long run, it's fine because it cuts down the time. Not that I'm worried about the data
Well,
part of it, of
yeah.
course, but
Now
now
we
I'm
live in the 21st century.
yeah. Now it's just like last week, man. I watched Raw and SmackDown and NXT and AEW, both of their shows. I watched there was something else I watched wrestling related to. I was like, man, I'm watching all the
Isn't it
things I
just
can
nice
watch
not
now.
have to
So
worry about anything? It's
yes,
like all this
very,
anxiety just
you know,
gone because you're not going like,
yeah,
oh shit, we're gonna get charged
yeah,
an extra like $80 or whatever.
right. There's like three big updates for video games. I had podcast to update, and I was
Yeah,
like,
like
who
I'm
cares? I don't
streaming
even
on
care.
my
It's
TV,
I'm
my
just
iPad, and my phone at the same time. Fuck y'all.
right. It's like I'm Scrooge McDuck swimming in the coins. Who cares? I don't even
Exactly.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, I bet.
it
I
was
bet
nice.
it is nice.
Although, well, Fluffy Bunny Ash mentioned to me, like, she goes, because I was telling her about how now I'm kind of reprogramming myself to where when there's updates and whatever,
Just
to
turn
just
on
go ahead and do
automatic
them.
ones.
Versus, yeah, well, instead of picking and choosing, well, I would pause them before because, you have 3 games that all hit with like a 30 gig, you know, update. And I'm like, yo, that's like not too far. That's like
You were
40%
doing
of my
update
data.
triage.
I was. So, I'm doing that. And she was like, yeah, don't forget she's like, the games you play the most frequently, check for updates on those too. Like if you haven't played them for a little while or whatever, that way, you don't have to wait for the update when you want to go play them. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I can do that now.
Yeah, like I just keep mine in rest mode and I have automatic updates on, but it doesn't always automatically update, which
Right.
is annoying. It's like if it's turned on, just keep my shit updated. That's
yeah,
that little box. I check
yeah,
marked it for a reason because I
right.
want
Because
automatic
you don't
updates.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, I got all that done. I finished up Green Wing last night.
nice.
So I'm all done with the 2 seasons of that. And uh it's funny, Cy told me that it gets more surreal kind of as it goes on in the 2 seasons, and he was correct. There's a lot more drama in the second season. Remember I said I wouldn't necessarily call it a drama,
Right.
you know. I think it leans a little heavier into the drama the second season.
Does
So,
it become a
but not
dramedy?
but it's still very funny. So,
But the question on everybody's mind, all our listeners are wondering one thing, Brian.
what's
Did
that?
you download Fortnite?
I did.
Oh, we got to go
And
play.
I even updated Fortnite.
We got to play. No build
Cuz
mode, baby.
because I downloaded it and like the very next day there was like a big update for
Oh,
it.
I should probably make
So
sure mine's updated.
yeah, you should because you know.
I
So
see
yeah, I
something
got
sexy coming to, twitch.com/damn dirty ape or whatever the fuck it is.
well, it can't be that sexy because you don't want to violate Twitch's terms of use.
Well, that's true. Well, I'm not on camera, so it's perfect.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they
There's
don't know I
that.
play Fortnite balls out.
Yeah. I mean, they do, but they just can't stop it.
Exactly. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, they're like, we can just tell from his voice that he's not wearing any pants.
Yes.
You know, like we just can't prove it,
Did
so
my
we
gamer
can't.
tag Grundle fan tip you off?
They just thought it was a product you were
Yeah.
selling. You know, because there's nothing worse when you're trying to play a game than having the Grundle sweat.
That's true, right?
But you certainly don't want a fan that blows up.
No. It's got to be very strategic.
Yeah, you don't want it blowing right up your nose.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Unfortunately, our last president stole my drain to swamp line I was going to use for the Grundle fan. Bastard.
It is too bad.
It is too bad.
It's all right. You still, grundlefan.com. Go get yours today. Yeah.
I'm not going to
promo
look
code
that up.
salty.
I bet you it's a thing.
I'm not either. It's a promo code salty.
Yes, exactly.
No thanks. I finally, dude, it cracked me up. I have, for some reason, my iPad, when it was downloading podcasts, because I was so far behind, it got to a point where it was kind of not downloading every episode. It was just kind of sporadically
just lit itself
downloading.
on fire like that monk on the Rage Against the Machine cover.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So I have like 12 episodes of Taste Buds I haven't listened to, right? The first one I listened to was from June of last year.
Jesus,
and I'm like,
Brian, how's that
and I'm
possible?
like, I know. Well, first of all, I'm like, I know they've put out more than 12 episodes since June of last year, I would assume, because otherwise that's like one a month.
Right.
So I'm not sure if I'll go back and listen because, honestly, at this point, I'm more about like just start new and move forward than try to catch everything up.
You're like Jesus when he came out of the cave.
Yeah, whatever. Basically. Like, where my bitch is at? Oh, no. The one one of the first ones I listened to was ribs versus fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And it just made me laugh how Joey was arguing, like kept making the argument of the McRib.
Terrible argument.
And the whole time, and I'm sitting there going, because, as anyone who's listened to our show knows, McRib's not rib meat, it's shoulder.
Right.
So it's not even ribs. So to me, you shouldn't be allowed to use that in the argument because it's not even rib meat.
Mashed into rib shape.
Sure.
It's like if you ate those like really bizarro windmill cookies, and you're just like, I'm actually eating buildings right now. It's like, no, it's just a cookie in a windmill shape.
Listen, you do what you want to do, but I set them up and pretend I'm like Godzilla going through, the Netherlands or whatever.
Good luck getting away from Gojira with your stupid wooden shoes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm wearing wooden shoes.
Oh my God! Dude, I Godzilla and giant clogs, and fucking lederhosen, and that little feathered hat.
Drinking giant beers. Yeah. Yeah, but it just kind of made me laugh because he kept saying McRib, because I've been going back because what's his nuts? Sal was arguing about the like Popeye's chicken sandwich, like how people were murdering each other for a chicken sandwich, and Joey's like McRib, and in my head I'm going, it's not rib meat, it doesn't count. Like just like you can't include bacon because it's not rib meat. So sorry, you're right out, mister.
Right out.
But
apparently you're Brian on the live stream. Your face is barely being seen. Even less now. You know how I tell you, like sometimes it's just like your camera feed fucks up, and then when I fix it, then you take over the whole screen. That's what's happening right now.
That's how it should be. Yeah.
So hi Dev, and I at some point Brian's face will snap back to reality. Whoa. Okay.
There goes gravity. Yeah. Yeah. So So like I said, I've been just consuming various stuff. Yeah, I was Taste Buds the other night, and then I listened to some It's Always or Anything Better with Paul Verzi and Billy Redface.
Did you listen to us though?
Yes, of course I did.
Of course.
Yes, I did. With all of my devices, I'm the only one who downloads our show.
Don't tell our fans that.
Oh shit! I mean, I'm one of the millions
And millions
of people who ignore Salty Language
damn
Weekly.
Right. You're damn
Oh.
right.
Oh,
I mean, I love our program. I think it's hilarious. I think we do a fine job.
right.
Yes, I scrub through every episode on my phone. You know why? Because I've lived it.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, I don't ever remember what we talk about though, so I probably could listen to them and be like, man, these guys are pretty good.
Yeah,
Like they sound super
I actually
familiar,
think
but boy, they're good.
I think that's the next show I'm getting after is Letterkenny, because I'm 2 seasons back, because they just dropped a new season not that long
I
ago.
don't even know where
So
I left off of that.
I'm 2 or 3 seasons back, I think. So I'll probably attack that for a little
You know
while.
me, I'm in season 4 of Sopranos, and now I'm in the middle of season 2 of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. So
Nice.
number 1 in the
You know,
hood,
it's funny.
G.
You, me, and Michelle were talking about that, and I mentioned that one with Carl and how he kept falling for the lasagna trick. And that episode was on last night, I think, on Adults. Yeah, so I watched it again because it made me laugh. Yeah. So now, one last thing that I consumed this week, essentially, which was Kendrick Lamar's new album.
How is that? I haven't listened yet.
Albums, if you will. It was weird because like I get a notification from Apple Music and it was like, "Yo, new Kendrick," and I'm like, "Neat." So I had it open already. So I start playing it. It played the first 2 tracks and then wouldn't play anymore. It kept telling me it's unavailable, and I'm like, "Does he have a thing? Like, is his stuff not available on Apple? Maybe." So I pull up Spotify and listen to it, no problem.
Okay.
So
I was about to pull up Spotify and see if it was there.
yeah, it was for sure on Spotify. It's a 2 album or a 2 disc, air quote, album.
So that probably means it's like 4 vinyls.
Right. So I really dug it, but I definitely need to listen again because he raps fast, and sometimes you miss stuff. But you know, there's some really good storytelling on there because you know he tells a good story. There's a guy that follows us on Twitter. I can't remember his name. He's like a hip hop writer, like for a journalist type writer, and he made a comment that Kendrick's the kind of guy who doesn't say shit unless he's got shit to say.
That's fair.
So, and that's why it was so long between albums, because the last thing he did was I think the Black Panther soundtrack.
Oh really? That's
been
a while.
I can't remember if he had one album after that or not, but if not, it was. But either way, it's been a little bit. So, but yeah, it was good listens.
Also, Dev just said that Shorzy has his own series.
How
is that possible?
Yeah, I wondered that myself.
I could take the Shorzy bits in small doses. I don't know if I could do a whole show.
I'm that way too. I was kind of thinking that too. Yeah.
All right, I'm looking this up.
We'll see, I guess.
Shorzy release date. Let's see what we got going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm a little confused. I'm a little confuzzled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shorzy series. So wait, I want to know. Oh, what? Why does Disney Plus have a Shorzy? I guess because they're all in bed of each other.
Yeah, I was like, because Disney owns Hulu, and yeah.
I was really just
Disney owns everything, Tony. You know the answer to that.
You're right. You're right.
Not quite everything,
official
but
teaser trailer. Let me pull this bitch up. But I don't want the audio. There you go.
Don't you though?
I mean, do you ever get to see his face? Of course, his jersey number 69. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, of course. Right. 69, dude.
69, dude.
I didn't even know there was a trailer for it yet.
It just,
That's just such a weird pick.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's like I don't really know that I want a spinoff of anybody from that show, because I think they're all at their best on that show.
Yes, I would agree.
I mean, a couple they could obviously have adventures offhand, but they cover them like so much in the show that I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm trying to think if there's a character that really needs spin-off.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's been so long.
That's
I
like,
could see all the characters' faces. You think I could remember names?
well, the other thing is like a lot of the characters, I think the mystery of not knowing every little detail of them, I think is good. You know, like, because I don't think we really need every little detail of most of the characters. That's what, that's what side characters usually are, is you get just good tastes of them. And that's like, I don't want a whole Kramer show, or I wouldn't want a whole George Costanza show.
You wouldn't
You
watch
know,
Costanza and Friends?
oh God, no. Like I don't want to watch Elaine as a whole TV show. I mean her as, the vice president of Veep was great, but not as the character of Elaine. So that certainly, I don't need a whole soup Nazi show. Although that might be kind of funny for him to just keep coming up with various ways to deny people
it's like a
soup.
cooking show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Chopped, but you have to always make soup.
Right. But it's like, how do you stay in business? You keep telling everyone no soup. Right. I don't understand. The financials don't work. Unless, George like got hit in the head, and then it was just called Vandalay Industries, and it was him as the architect.
I mean, that'd be fun.
Living like a Mad Men kind of scenario. Oh, sorry, spoilers for anyone who doesn't know the story there. But where he's living a life that he thinks is real, but it isn't.
Right. See, that could be fun.
That I think would be funny, but especially if you sprinkled in the other characters occasionally.
Right.
Like they show up and call him George, and he just has no idea who they're talking to and all that kind of stuff. But he keeps having these weird like flashbacks or something like that, to arguing with somebody over a parking spot, or pretzels making him thirsty.
It's like if Seinfeld made Sweet, Sweet Love to Moon Knight.
Yes. Yeah. That would be very strange. Yeah. Oh my God. That'd be, and I kind of want someone to do that mashup now.
Moon Knight, George Costanza mashup.
Oh, I was just thinking Seinfeld, but yeah, Costanza would be even better.
Just call it like Moon Jew or something. I don't know.
Wow.
No.
Just gonna hit you right in the face with it, huh?
I mean, yeah, that's what you do.
Dang.
I just channeled my inner Shorzy.
All of the elegance of a hammer shot to the face.
Yeah, brother.
Brother. All right, fair. Brother. So how about you? How's your week been?
It's been all right. It's been weird, I'll be honest. Leah got their license.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Cool. So, but it was weird because on Friday, normally I go pick Leah up from school.
Yeah.
Nope, they just showed up here when they were ready to be here. And then
the
next day, Leah's like, "Oh, I got a haircut." I'm like, oh, "Okay, what time?" And, Leah's just like, "Oh, it's at 11, but I'll drive myself." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, it's like I don't need you anymore.
And then they had a job interview at the Toledo Zoo, which sounds like we're going to get the job. That was at 4. I just drove there. It was just weird.
Yeah, I bet. Well, cool. Another DD for Dad.
I mean, it's not a bad thing because, like I was telling you before we recorded, it allowed me to go have some beers with my work buddy because it was his birthday. Normally on a Friday, I'm like, nope, I gotta head out so I can go pick up Leah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the little bit of freedom that it gave me was kind of nice, but it's weird. Yeah,
I could see it's a little bittersweet.
Yeah. Not to mention gas is like, way over $4, and Leah's driving my sweet 35 miles per gallon car, and I'm driving my 13 miles per gallon Jeep.
Oh, it gets 13, huh?
Yeah, 13, baby.
That's more than I thought.
Woo! That's probably downhill.
Yeah. It's 13 if the motor's off. Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, that's perfect timing. Sell the car to Leah, and then gas shoots up.
Yeah. Sure. Makes sense.
Yep. That's all right. Whatever. It's only money. I'll just go back to work and make more tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. It's a couple more years on the not going to retire train.
For sure, right? Time is for chumps. We're in America. You work till you die.
Well, plus, you can hold this overhead for a little bit. That'll be some fun,
Well, I do have to hit her up for something. Because when she went to the zoo for her appointment, I'm like, I don't know if you have to pay for parking. Do you have cash? And he's like, no. I'm like, all right. I gave her 20. And she never gave it back. And she texted me, didn't have to pay for parking. It hit me like Monday at work. I'm like, wait a minute, she got my 20.
Yeah.
I'm gonna harass the crap out of her. Like when when Leah was a kid, I used to give her all my pocket change because I hate change anyway, and she thought it was the coolest thing ever. This is a step in her. This is like a grand heist here. It's like fucking the Italian Job or whatever.
It sounds pretty smart to me. I don't
driving her little Buick backwards through the sewer with my $20 bill.
Yeah, she's like, I'm sure Dad won't remember.
Oh, I do though.
That feeble brain of his. There's no way he'll remember giving me money.
It's unreal. But yeah, it was weird for that, and then it was weird because yesterday Logan and I had our first beer together as a legal drinking human.
Right.
That was strange.
Yeah. It was strange when you posted the picture of you two with pints in front of you. Right. Like I said, obviously I've seen plenty of pictures with, you with a pint in front of you, but
my Instagram story about every weekend. Beer.
I've also lived it live plenty of times. So yeah. But seeing him with one, it was like, man, that was weird. Because in my head, it's obvious he's 21. But like seeing the picture of him, and I'm like, he's got some stuff growing on his face. He's got a pint in front of him. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? It's like, what? I don't know if I'm okay with this.
One of my buddies commented on the picture, because I was like, beers with the boy or whatever. He's like, that's not a boy, that's a man.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, he's forever the boy. I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah. Sorry about his luck. Yeah,
But yeah, we it's like our one of our, I can't say our local brewery because we got so many breweries around here now.
Right. Well, my local brewery is like 2 minutes up the road.
So you actually have a local brewery.
I have a very local brewery.
Legit do.
Yeah.
But Ernest Brewworks, one of our Toledo breweries here, they had I don't remember the name of the choir. Doesn't really matter. But they had this 2 nights in a row. They had this like 6-person choir. And they just sang sea shanties and like old timey drinking songs. And it was pretty cool. We didn't stay. We got there a little late, and we didn't stay the whole time because Logan didn't eat, and they didn't have they don't have food there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot they don't serve food.
So we left a little early because he ordered Mexican from the spot right up the road from me, and they closed at 9. So
I'm shocked they didn't have a food truck or pizza or something there.
Like they don't care about that, and I saw a lot of people home slice boxes, and I was like, but we are already, like Michelle and I already eat dinner, so.
Right. I was just thinking because they had already, since they were having a thing there, that you would schedule something like
like a food truck somewhere or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, sea shanty would be perfect time to bring like the lobster truck or something.
You're not wrong.
Or seafood of some sort.
Seafood, eat food. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was fun though. Normally I'm not a sing in public kind of guy. But you just get in the mood.
Well, that's the whole point of all that, right? So everybody in the place is supposed to be singing along,
and they kind of like the guy like goes, "All right, here's the chorus," and he sings it to you, and he's like, "I need you guys to sing this back," and then for the song I was telling you about, the Barley Mow. It's kind of like
is that like a flaming mow?
Yes. the song's kind of like there was an old lady who lived in it, or that swallowed a fly, why oh why, and like the song gets progressively like crazier.
Okay.
It's that same like every time you go through the chorus and the song structure, the main body of it, you add a lyric. So by the very end, it's like long and insane, Oh
my God! I just looked it up to see what came up, and the song that came up is very long, by Seamus Kennedy, I believe it says.
Be it.
Yeah.
And the whole point of the song is you kill your beer while you're singing it, because every time they say cheer, you cheers, and then you take a swig, and then you keep going. It was fun though. Like I would go again.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Did they have a decent turnout for it?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty packed.
Excellent.
I was it was very impressive, and it's like it's the first time I've been down to the downtown location for Ernest Brew Works.
Yeah.
You know, which was cool to go to because it's in where the old Art Depot used to be. Obviously, I'm familiar with that with Michelle.
Oh, that's why everybody had Home Slice, because it's right across the street, basically. Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, yep. This is that's the song right there.
Okay.
So pull this over here.
Yeah, I was looking at the wiki for it to see if there was like a traditional version or whatever, but it does look like it's very much, it's got kind of that volume, but also people add to it and whatnot. So
yeah, it's like
which
when they shout "Good luck," you take a drink. And then,
right.
it's after the, like it says, good luck to the barley mow, ode a pint, half pint, gill, half gill, quarter gill, blah, blah, blah. And then every time you add, then you add half gallon, and you add gallon, and you're singing everything. If you don't have a good lungful of air by the end, you're going to peter out. But it was fun. It was pretty cool. Like, we left, and Logan was like, oh, I had a great time, which is, he had his first
right,
allegedly his first beer,
right.
And here, I'll make sure I get this link to you, Brian. And yeah, it was fun, good stuff, man. I'd go again.
Cool.
It made me. It did. Anytime I do something like that, it always like sets the mood. Like, I need like a beer event.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it was. Like I told you, I hung out with Jen on Friday. We went up the street to Pavlov's, and they had a guy playing live music out there. And, we spent most of the time inside, but after a while, people started leaving around 9,
right,
quarter to 9, roughly. So we were able to find a table outside and went out there for the last set. Like, he was on break when we went out there, and he came back and then played out, quite like the better part of the last hour. So we went out there, and he was good. It was a good time, and people were enjoying it. And but I kind of had the same thought, which was, first of all, missing live music, and then also kind of just having pints and enjoying being around people. And because like I got to see a dude in his, I don't know what brand they are, but some bedazzled jeans, like twerking up on this lady, and I couldn't quite tell if she was into it or not.
Classic.
I mean, it was like they were a couple, but I couldn't tell if she was into it or not. She was not giving off very good vibes as far as, whether she liked it or not, but he was having a time.
Fucking classic.
And a woman at the table next to us was vibing way too much on this guy singing. I was seriously, like, every song he sang, she's got her arms in the air and she's, just feeling it. And I'm just waiting for the granny panties to come flying off, at the guy.
Tan bloomers.
Yeah, buddy. That would have been sexy. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they were nice people. I'm not, because we talked with them a little bit, but because they were like, where'd you get that pizza? Because we ordered a pizza in. Right. So, they were very much like, where'd that come from?
So like, can I get a slice? What if I grind on you?
Yeah. Like, whoa, wrong. No, we're not doing that.
More seductive than sex.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't bad. We got that and some cheesy bread. And cheesy bread was all right, so nice. It's funny because, I always am up for pizza anyway, but I was really kind of craving pizza. And, we get up there and I was like, dang it, they got Chinese food. I was kind of hoping for
some Zob,
Yeah, but then it was also like, I can just order pizza, and that's what we did.
Yeah, pizza does sound actually pretty good. I'll be real with you.
But we had a time. It was a good time. Me and her haven't done that in a while. I mean, we hung out for, I think she picked me up at like 6:30 and dropped me off at like, when did they close up there? 10, I think. It was about 10:30. Nice. It's like her and I haven't had a hang like that in a while. It was nice. We just just sat and talked and, had some pints and za and enjoyed the music. It was just a really chill night. It was good to have that again, because it's like every time I've been going by there, I'm thinking about you and I sitting out there,
because the weather's been nice.
Gazing into each other's eyes,
like
having
we do,
pints,
playing footsie and shit.
and I'm like, oh, I can't wait. It's like we're so close, and it's like I think we're finally there to where it's time.
I know, right?
Well, and you and I, sitting out on your porch a couple weeks ago, that kind of really,
I mean, that was close.
Lit the fire of it. That's what I was meaning, is that lit the fire to where it was like we're so close. And this week and going into next week, looking at the weather, and I'm like, yeah, I think we're pretty much we're patio season finally.
Over the weekend, I got the shit sunburned out of my shoulders because I didn't realize how long I was outside.
Right, 10 minutes
basically.
Yeah.
You remember how last year I had those planters of my posts in them? I had my lights hung up.
Yeah,
I can't remember if I told you, but that shit blew over in the wintertime.
Yes. Yeah, actually, what you don't know is I just kicked them over.
Yeah. But they blew over. It took out my fire pit, broke a bunch of bulbs, the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit. Yeah.
So over the weekend, I busted up the concrete that were in the planter, threw everything away, recycled the plastic because I'm that guy.
Of course.
And then I bought more concrete and I just put them in the yard, like right at the edge of my patio.
Oh.
So now they're permanent until someone wants to dig them out.
Till I've had a couple too many, and I run into them head first.
Exactly. And I bought all new replacement bulbs. They're plastic and not glass. The LED. I bought a dimmer switch.
Oh, nice. It's sexy now.
The only thing I don't have back there is a fire pit, but I gotta buy. I hear my damn dog barking. I gotta buy some hooks because when I fell, all the hooks got bent up. So, I've been waiting to string the lights. I just haven't gone to the hardware store yet to get the hooks. But by this weekend, it's excellent. The patio is gonna be put together again.
Perfect. Yeah, because you know me, like that hits the spot, man.
I think it's great back there with the lights and the music going and
your party cube or whatever it is.
Exactly. My carry-on luggage that plays music.
Right. Throwing out some music for us. Good shit. For sure. And I keep seeing stuff out. Like I was watching a show on Food Network last night. It's like a barbecue competition. It's like Bobby Flay and two other chefs. They each have a team, and I'm just watching them just making all the meats and stuff. And I'm like just pouring just juices from my face because I'm so like, man, I need some barbecue in my face soon. Like I haven't had any barbecue in a long time.
You know what I almost made tonight? Because we're trying to eat out of our pantry because food's expensive.
Yeah,
we have got a lot of stuff in our pantry.
Yeah,
so I went through the freezer. Like over the weekend, we went through the pantry, went through the freezer, and we had stuff we bought a long time ago to make like a casserole, like cream of chicken soup and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, we got frozen chicken breasts. I'm like, we could do like a pot pie or something. So we ended up making pot pie.
Well, I mean, it is Titty Tuesday.
It is Titty Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I pre-cooked the chicken, got everything put together, and I was looking at it because I got that cast iron pie pan. I was like, dude, I should put this on the smoker. I didn't. I just wanted to eat, but I thought about it.
Right.
I think it's a fine idea, really.
Mm-hmm. I watched a video today of a guy doing a Mexican pizza in a cast iron, and I was like,
Dude, I've made cast iron pizza. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So that may be something I do soon because
the last time we did homemade pizzas, I did that because there was one in the oven, and I'm like, I always make mine last because I'm that guy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? Let me get this cast iron hot, and I threw like some oil in it and just popped the crust. It was like it came out like a deep dish almost. It was pretty great. It really dug it. Yeah.
It sounds like a good plan to me.
Yes.
Yeah,
I need to. Dude, I sous vide corn on the cob too. That shit was dope.
Okay. I have to ask why.
Why not?
Oh, I'm just because you usually
Well,
grill the
I
corn.
was. We
That's-
bought stuff to grill, and then it ended
yeah.
up raining that night.
Oh, okay. I guess
And
that's
it's
a good
like,
reason. You really need that overhang
I
for
know, right?
for yeah.
So I was just looking at on my phone of like, well, what can I make? And I was like, well, I wonder what vegetables I can sous vide because Leo was with us
Yeah.
and
Celery soup.
sous vide soup. Yeah, I can just put the whole thing in the soup thing.
Yep. Delicious.
And so I found an article is like vegetables with sous vide, and a lot of it's like good ideas because you can't overcook it basically. Well,
Right.
I guess time you can, but you always hit that right temperature. But
Oh,
one
okay.
of the things
Yep.
one of the things that came up was corn on the cob, and I'm like, that's interesting. And it's just same deal. You put the corn cobs in the Ziploc bag, and then like I threw butter and salt in it, and you
Yeah.
know get as much air out of it as possible. And I had to put a big pan in my pot of water to keep them underwater, but
Yeah.
it came out pretty good. Already buttered and
Huh?
salted too.
I mean, you can't be mad at
Yeah, it's
that for
basically
sure.
like butter poached corn.
That's okay. I mean, yeah, it sounds fine. I was just curious as to, because like sous vide a lot of times, you know, for the roast that you did, right? Like you had to cook that a long
Yeah.
time, or keep it in that for a long time. So is corn the same way, or is it a
It
short
was the
cooking time?
longest. Most of the time was devoted to getting the big giant pot of water I had at the right temperature.
Oh,
But then the
right.
corn took like a half hour.
Okay, so that's not
Yeah,
bad.
but it
then.
took forever to get all
it
that water
takes.
going.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Because it's a large amount of water, and you don't have like industrial kitchen cooktop.
Yeah, no. Well, with the sous vide, it's all that doing it.
Oh yeah, right, I forgot it's in that
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
So I
so
just had to
yeah,
like
you would
clip
need
it to the side
industrial.
of the pan and just. I mean, it does bring it up to temp pretty quick, but then
Yeah,
I almost think the pan I was using was a really like thin walled like stock pot, and I think it just
yeah.
started losing heat.
I was just gonna ask that if you need something that's a little more insulated so it holds the heat better.
I
So
kind of think that might be a good move
that's above my pay grade science
because
wise.
I mean it climbed up pretty quick and then it almost like plateaued and it slowly. So like I kind of feel I was looking at it, I was like, I bet you this pot is just not really designed for this.
For sure, something to look into though.
Because like the pot I was using is just giant canning pot I have. Because I
Yeah.
need something big to put all this corn in. But it's really like thin walled.
Like Uranus.
Hey.
Anyway.
Yeah, but it came out good. I'm having so much fun fucking around with that thing. I'll be honest.
So what I'm hearing is you need a more powerful sous vide
I need
machine.
two.
Yes. Ooh, yeah. Nice.
Double barrel sous
You
vide.
need one that's like a boat engine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped about going to work tomorrow, believe it or not.
Why?
We got according to the flyer they posted, we have an hour and a.
Wait, is it steak day?
You would think it's grilling and chilling.
Grilling and chilling. I could not think of the damn name of it.
It is grilling and chilling basically, but this time it's Saucy Sandwich food truck and an ice cream truck, and they're just covering everything.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Saucy Sandwich is one of the trucks that comes up to Pavlov's, and I keep looking at their menu. The stuff looks good.
I mean, we have a limited menu, but it's like Cuban cheesesteak, grilled cheese, or chicken tendies. And I'm trying to figure out do I want the Cuban or want the cheesesteak. I wonder if I can get both, honestly.
It's a tough one. Find somebody and each get one and do halvesies.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe.
Maybe you guys can feed each other and stuff too.
Like, I'm not planning on going to the ice cream truck, so I'm gonna need 2 sandwiches.
Right. That makes sense. Wait, no, I feel like you should go to the ice cream truck. You're at work.
That's a terrible idea.
If you were going home, no, by all means, probably avoid that.
I had an ice cream cone over the weekend because I thought it'd be fun to make ice cream cones with Leah, and it was fun and it was tasty. God, I felt like trash.
Did you make your own waffle cones?
Hell no. Unless by make you mean ripped open a box that said waffle cones.
I mean, waffle maker. I didn't know.
I didn't know. Hard pass.
Yeah. I know it's tough sometimes when you can just buy something done.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the whole reason I decided to do ice cream cones. I was at Aldi and I looked over and they had waffle cones. I'm like,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Let me grab these waffle cones. Let me grab this tub of sprinkles. Time to go find some ice cream.
Yeah, it was like the taste buds where they talk about Rice Krispie treats versus s'mores, and Joey is talking about how he's never made Rice Krispie treats because he's like, I can just walk into the store and buy them, and I'm like, yeah, but they are so inferior to homemade ones.
Shit.
There's something about them that has a weird taste when you buy them. To me,
No,
anyway.
you're not wrong. I haven't made Rice
But
Krispie treats in a long time, and I kind of want to now.
yeah, I thought about it the other day too, because after listening to that one, I was like, man, those sound kind of good. But it's like I know if I buy one in the store, I'm going to be disappointed because they're just not good.
There's nothing compared to the homemade ones.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong; it hasn't stopped me from eating plenty of them that are prepackaged.
Yeah, I mean, they're delicious, but they're not as delicious.
No. So
yeah, I'm pretty pumped about Saucy Slamwich. I'm also going to bring a cigar with me because I'm like, we're out there for an hour and a half. And it's supposed to be a nice day. I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy a nice smoke,
Yeah. Oh, that's a good plan.
I told Michelle that, and she's like, you're going to have a cigar at work? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I work with people who smoke like fucking chimneys, man.
Listen, I'm gonna have a very sensual sandwich. Then I'm gonna smoke a cigar.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sweet love to that sandwich.
I'm gonna need a cigar after that. Sure. What'll be weird is when you open your thermos and it's an old fashioned, or a little scotch or something.
Why did you bring your lunchbox? Just open up, it's just a bar. All right, boys, I'm making cocktails.
Start doing all the Flair stuff, like throwing them behind your back, like in the movie Cocktail.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, what are you making?
A mess.
A mess. Yeah, that's exactly what I would make. The furthest I got with that stuff was flipping the bottles, where you hold it by the neck of the bottle and you can kind of flip it over your hand and catch it again. Like I could do that back and forth a little bit, and because they give you, like, my brother had these bottles that were, well, I think they train you on plastic ones, but he
did that.
Yeah, he actually had glass bottles that were very much taped up, so if you did drop it and it broke, it would all hold together, for the weight, because they weigh different. But it's funny because you practice on empty ones, and then when there's actual booze in there, that changes the whole dynamic
there's liquid sloshing around inside of it.
The weight distribution is so different. But that was about as far as I got with anything he taught me. And then I was like, yeah, I'm good.
To fucking around with butterfly knives, really.
I'll just stick to, pulling a tab off of my beer and drinking it.
If I want to flip stuff around, at least I want to maybe cut my finger.
Yeah. You and your butterfly knife.
Yeah. I really don't want to drop like a nice bottle of booze.
Yeah, exactly. That was always my
corn. Let's do this.
Right? Like when I'm flipping around the bottle with all the tape all over it, it's one thing, You drop it, oh well, it cracks, you throw it in the trash.
Exactly.
It's an empty bottle. But yeah, I'm not trying to flip.
It's like a $30 bottle of booze. No.
Right.
I'm good.
I'd cry. I'd be so sad.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not impressed by those bartenders that do that. It is impressive to watch.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, just stop and make me a drink.
Like, also, like when you really watch a lot of it, like the ones where they pour like 30 shots at one time, it's like there's always like spillage and all that. I know they're supposed to minimize it and all that, but it's like I've seen it done live various times, and it was like, yeah, it's less impressive when you start going, yeah, they're probably wasting booze here. I mean, I'm sure the tips are great for them.
I remember one night after working at Family Video, we all went to a bar that doesn't exist anymore, the Longhorn.
Oh yeah, I remember that place.
And we're all like, round of flaming Dr. Peppers, and the bartender like did the old like pour a bunch of shots at once. And then did the whatever clear on top and all that, and then
lit his arm on fire.
Seriously, she lit the bar and her arm on fire. Like it was blue flames on the shots, and it spread to the bar, and it was on her forearm. It's like, I mean, it was awesome. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
like, this is great.
Let's be honest. When you order drinks like that, you're kind of hoping
especially
for that.
In a
it's like going to a
dumpy bar like that place was.
Yeah. It's like a hockey game, It's like, yeah, you're going for the elegance of the game and the scoring and blah blah blah, but it's like, come on, you're going for a fight, You're hoping a couple guys just mash their teeth
Oh,
in,
that was
and
good, clean fun, man.
like NASCAR, it's like you want the car
Oh
wreck.
yeah, exactly.
I understand. I've seen so many videos of people doing that
So
too.
stupid.
Like that's why I never had any interest in being around. It's like you see how many videos of people where they catch themselves on fire, like trying to blow out the flame for it or something. Because when they pour it, like they'll slosh it and it gets on their hand, and then they blow it out, but the flames there, so then it ignites all the vapors or whatever up their arm, and it's like oh boy,
or real dum dums that are so hammered they just drink the flaming shot.
oh yeah.
That's a bad time.
Well, yeah, it's good for you. Puts hair on your chest.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had a flaming Dr. Pepper in a long time. I remember it being very tasty.
I think I've drank like 3 of them in my life.
I mean, I'm just not a shots guy anyway, so
Also
even
that,
in
yeah,
my
we're-
like prime time drinking days, I'm just not a shots guy.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Man. Speaking of being past your prime, though,
What's up?
I read a little bit ago. Apparently, Ric Flair's planning on doing one last match. Now, it does say that it looks like it's going to be a tag team match at least.
Wait, him and his like doctor, hopefully.
Yeah, no, it's these guys called FTR that are in AEW right now. It looks like it's going to be them versus the Rock and Roll Express, which I'm sure you remember from like, when they started in like 1840.
Like the same guys.
Same guys. Yeah, they're still
Is
getting
it rock
after
and
it.
roll because they're in wheelchairs?
The rocks have got to be kidney rocks, and I don't know.
Not stones, fucking rocks.
Listen, I've seen them not that long ago have a match, and I mean, they still tell a good story in the ring. They still know how to do it. The bodies don't work quite the same, obviously.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're barely functioning at this point.
Yeah, but I know Ric Flair maybe didn't go out the way he wanted to, but like in my head, his last match should have been and always would be like the Shawn Michaels famous one where Shawn Michaels lines him up for the Sweet Chin music and says, "I'm sorry, I love you," and then kicks his head off. 1, 2, 3. That's the end of Ric Flair's career, right? That's how it should be. He passed the torch to, well, HBK was already huge at that point, but you know what I mean. It's like that's a generational talent beating a generational talent. That's a crowning way to send one of the greatest off. And it's like, I just wish he would quit. Also his health, man. I'm so terrified he's gonna like die in the ring. Yeah. It's like, Nate, we almost lost you 2 years ago or whatever, man. Like, please just know. The worst part for me is it's like in an indie show too. It's not even going to be on like WWE or AEW or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be outside of
it's
like
gonna just
Buck's beef jerky bin or something.
I mean, it's not that bad.
Good.
His son-in-law runs like a big wrestling convention every year called Starrcade, and it's going to be timed around Starrcade, so it'll have some eyes on it and stuff. And I think they said it will be available online too. I can tell you one thing for sure. I don't want to watch this. I for sure don't want to watch, Ric Flair wrestle at, God, I don't even know how old he is now.
Old.
Like I said, I know he can tell a story in the ring, and for his age, I mean, the guy's still in great shape. I don't know if I've seen some like workout pictures of him recently, and I mean, he's still, great shape. But
Flair now.
I just really wish he would just, I wish he could just retire gracefully, but no wrestler can.
Yeah.
Like there's like no such thing as wrestlers retiring.
Oh, Ric Flair. Yeah. I mean, he used to be a beautiful man.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what are you going to do, right?
What are you going to do?
But yeah, I see that and I'm just like, oh, like all I can hope for is that, he doesn't get like severely hurt or die. And I don't mean to be flippant about that, but it's just the truth. I just hope he, and the upside to a 6-man tag is they can really protect him. FTR is going to do all the heavy lifting. They'll come in, do all the stuff, take all the bumps. Flair will come in, probably take a couple bumps, only because he needs that in order to hit the low blow or to do his like in the corner, like, please stop. No, like, oh, come on, because dirtiest player in the game, he'll lure the guy in and then hit him in the balls,
Right.
And obviously he's got to get some chops in a figure four somewhere in
Rock
there.
and Roll Express is going to wander the ring confused.
I mean, they got to be about the same age as him, right?
Let me see what these guys look like, though. Rock and Roll Hooch Coo.
All right, here we go. I'll pull up. I'm for my own sake, I'm going to pull up the age.
Let's see here. Pull some images. I don't care about any of these links. I just want to see images.
All right.
Whoa. They look like, wow.
Really old versions of themselves.
They kind of look like, like your uncle and like your weird aunt.
Yeah. I got to say, I mean, their commitment to those mullets.
Yeah, they never give up, never surrender.
One guy for sure is rocking a skullet. The other guy is,
Dude,
still...
the one guy,
okay.
I don't even know, brown hair. For sure, like 2 steps away from being a Klingon.
Right. I mean, he's got a 6 head, but yeah.
Boy, does he.
All right.
So here we go. Got the driest hair I've ever seen in my life.
So Ric Flair is 73 years old.
Okay.
Over or under for Rock and Roll Express? And how much which way do you think?
Ric Flair's 70, you said?
73.
Jesus. Well, get out of the ring, stupid. Go to a beach.
I know. People see Chris Jericho, who's over 50 in the ring, and they're like, give it up already.
73?
And Jericho.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, if I hope I'm as active and mobile when I'm 73.
Right. I assume I'll be dead.
I'm probably not as mobile now as he is.
No, probably not. Yeah, I'm sure he could kick my ass if he wanted to.
All right, I'm looking at Aunt Flo over here.
Right.
She's got to be over 70.
Okay.
And the other guy, though, it's really hard to tell. Because I'm assuming there's some miracle going on, miracle goop in that hair, make it that color. Like he's hanging on to his old color for dear life.
Right. All right. So would you believe that they are 63 and 61?
Oof. Jesus, boys.
I mean, wrestling in the 80s, listen, if you made it out of the 80s as a wrestler, you've won at life.
That's true. I mean, to be fair,
anything past 40 is a big win for wrestlers from the 80s.
They both have some giant schnauzers that could probably take a lot of cocaine.
But boy, yeah, they've been doing it a long time too. And, like I said, they can still tell a good story in the ring. Like even like they understand their place at this point and have been used to tell stories of, to help get a heel team over.
Right.
They'll come out, they do a little of the baby face offense. And then, of course, the younger heel team beats the shit out of them. And, of course, you get pissed at them because, come on, you're beating up somebody's grandfather,
Exactly. Why are you picking on these old people?
Yeah. So it still tells the story, gets heat on the bad guys. It still does all the stuff you needed to do. So it works. But also, and I mean, listen, I'm glad they can still go enough that people are entertained by him.
Right.
But Flair's a little different. Flair, I'm a little more like, dude, buddy, it wasn't that long ago. You had a severe, everyone thought you were dead health scare.
Yes.
Like, you remember there was rumors that he was dead.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he, had some great doctors and, here he comes with the babyface comeback,
Clear. Yep. And he just sits up. Woo!
Yeah.
Damn, that shit
That's pretty much what. Yeah. Hit me again. Woo! Hit me again. Woo! He just starts chopping the doctors.
Exactly.
Strutting around the table. Like, Mr. Flair, you need to get back down.
Wow.
He threatens him with a ride on Space Mountain,
Fucking. I just these old timers. What are we doing?
Yeah, I know. like I said, I feel like the crop of wrestlers now are going to be doing this probably even more because half of them are into CrossFit and all this kind of shit and eating like immaculately to where in their 70s and 80s they're probably still going to be in great shape,
Right.
Like, it wouldn't shock me if like Seth Rollins and some of these guys are still wrestling and way into their
by then we'll
late.
have like, fucking nanobots in their bloodstreams and shit.
So that'd be cool. Guy gets hit, nanobot just right before they hit him, it'd be like in Spider-Man where like the nanobot shield thing kind of pops up to protect him. That'd be awesome. Anyway, quite enough of that. So yeah, this was something I thought was cool. Did you see the thing that's been going around on the internets that like at a concert in Brazil, James Hetfield like kind of talked to the crowd about how, like, quoting him, it says, "I've got to tell you, I wasn't feeling very good before I came out here. Feeling a little bit insecure. Like, I'm an old guy, can't play anymore. All this bullshit that I tell myself in my head." He's 58.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know if I can still go on the guitar.
Look at Ric Flair, James.
Ric Flair's like, fuck you.
Woo!
I'm out here
Thumbs up.
still,
Thumbs his eye and throws him in a figure four.
Yeah.
Gives him that fucking old guy wrestler back rake.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Every once in a while, someone who's a newer generation wrestler will pull out the back rake, and it's my favorite thing.
The old back rake.
Dude, I miss the days of the atomic drop and the the back rake and stuff in wrestling. They were so like, especially the back rake. It's like, dude, there's no way that hurts.
Yeah, no, like, what are you doing? Like, at best, you just kind of lean into it, like, yeah, just give me a little lower.
Yeah, again, yeah, right. Like, dude, you can go pretty hard on my back with nails, and I'm just like, yeah, give me more. Yeah, I'm like, I'm blue against a tree.
Right, right.
I'm scratching my back like crazy. So. But I thought it was kind of cool though that even someone, at the level of Hetfield, showing that even he has doubts with talent level and stuff like that.
Right. No, I didn't see that.
Like that. Dude, he could go out there and seriously just dry hump his guitar and people would still be screaming.
Sure.
Like he, because it's like, I'm still seeing Metallica.
Yeah.
So, which I guess is, maybe the same thing. Maybe that's what Ric Flair's going to do in his match. Come out and dry hump a guitar.
Woo. People are like, man, I got to see Ric Flair's last match.
Yeah. Dude, he chopped the shit out of that guitar.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro.
Put his hand right through it.
Huh.
Yeah.
James.
All right, so this next thing I got here is a little weird. And I got tipped to this by our pals over at the Inner City Geeks podcast. I just totally blanked on it. Like,
Excellent work, Brian.
Inner City Geeks podcast, who also, a couple of them have the Suplex City Geeks or whatever. I can't remember. I can never remember the name of their wrestling podcast, but they got a wrestling podcast too. So
City Geeks. I think
yeah.
That's right.
So go check that out if you're into the wrestling also. And apparently this is from Rolling Stone. It says Married with Children could return as an animated series with the original cast.
Really?
Reportedly, all four of the main members, the main people, are on board. Well, that makes sense because, age and whatnot.
For sure.
It'd be tough to really like boot the show again. But as an animated series, it could. I just don't know how. I'm my biggest issue with this is I just don't know if this show can work in today's age. Because I've gone back and watched that show many a time, and there's quite a few that it's like, I don't think they could get away with this one now.
No, there's so much stuff they couldn't get away with now. What are you kidding me?
Right. So I don't know how I feel about this, and I enjoyed this show, but I don't.
To be fair, Brian.
Yeah.
Cartoons can get away with more.
True. As I listening to Simpsons and Family Guy commentary from their earlier seasons, they talk about that. Like I forget which it is, like how you could show Bart nude on The Simpsons, but you absolutely couldn't do that on a sitcom. Like him running, like when Homer's trying to get him to take a bath or whatever, when he comes out and he's rubbing his ass with the towel, like you couldn't have that scene, you know, with actual people, but you can get away with puppets. Like Chappelle's Show when he had the Sesame Street spoof,
right?
You know, and was basically like, we just did that shit because we found out we could.
I mean, that's the one thing I can give them is like you watch. I don't know where this might potentially be going because I didn't read the article, but it's like you see like F is for Family or what's that Nick Kroll one? I'm drawing a blank on it.
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth. Jesus, that one goes into weird spots involving kids.
Yeah, that's very true. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, they
You're
can
right.
get away probably more.
Yeah,
but I know what you're saying
and
because like I've watched some Married with Children's just because I'm like, oh yeah, I used to love this show, and you're like, oof, or you see clips,
and
there's like, there's no way,
right, that
this would be on the air,
right? So I mean, if they get all four of Ed O'Neill, Katie Seagal, Christine Applegate, and David Faustino all in the roles, I mean,
what about Buck?
It might be fun. Buck died when the show was on.
What about Buck 2, Electric Boogaloo?
Lucky, you mean?
I have no idea.
Lucky was the second dog.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because Buck retired, and I think Buck died after that. I mean, there's no way Buck's still alive. Because if Buck is still alive, oh my God,
Buck Wild, am I right?
That dog's like Ric Flair out there.
Exactly. It's just got those like fucking opaque eyes. Just running in the walls and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it'd be
sad.
a mess. Considering that show was on in like what, the early 90s or whatever. Like it was like 30 years ago. That dog would be like 40.
Buck just keeps running into every living room wall and shitting on the floor.
Oh,
so sad.
It
becomes the saddest cartoon ever made.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch that. Well, the worst part is like, why did they make him like this in the cartoon? Why didn't they make him younger? It's a damn cartoon.
Now, what I want to know is it basically going to pick up in the same timeline as the original?
That's a good question.
Or is it going to be like Married with Children in 2022?
I don't know, because it's obviously so like early-ish on in it. But yeah, it does make you wonder, because I feel like it kind of has to not be toward the end of the show, but not. I feel like it needs to be when the kids are both teenagers, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Or like 20 range.
It's like,
because I don't think you don't want them as adults,
right?
And
I don't think they can just pick up where he left off in this day and age. Because was Al still gonna be a fucking shoe salesman?
Oh yes, God,
you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't. I'm just curious what they're gonna do. I am genuinely curious. This be one of those things. Yeah, like if it's on a service I have, I will check it out. Yeah, I would too. I just when I first read this, I was just like, "Ooh, man, I don't know about this." Like, but whatever. Like I said, if everybody's involved, I'm cool with it. If they don't have all of them involved, then it's like, I'm a lot less interested in it. Also, it's like part of the reason like things went the way they did toward the end was like the woman who played Marcy and Ed O'Neill did not like each other. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they apparently had a lot of fighting because she directed a lot in the last few seasons, but she wasn't really on the show a lot. And I guess there was some party she had or something like that there was some bad blood between them, and he kind of gently reminded her that if it came to her or him, there, like keep in mind who the show would pick. It's like there's no way they're kicking, Al Bundy off the show to keep Marcy. Right. She's not necessary for the show. I mean, you need a character like her to counter Al, but it didn't have to be her. It could have been someone else. Maybe, you know what I mean? They would have tried that first. But you can't kill off Al, or because the family would be too happy if Al died / sad.
It's true.
So you can't. They have to be miserable together. That's the key of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
They all have to be miserable together. They all love each other, but they're all miserable.
Yes.
So
I never, I didn't ever realize that until you said it, but that is the very definition to show of crabs in a bucket.
yeah, it is.
Jesus.
Yep. Yep. Well, there's actually an episode where I think it's a Halloween episode or something where Al like he sees the Grim Reaper and it's Peggy as the Grim Reaper basically, and she tells him that before the night's over, he's going to hell unless one of the families say that they need him. And the way it ends up happening is that, like, at one point there's toilet paper and the two kids are arguing over whether it's like 2 or 3 ply or something like that. And Kelly goes, "Where's Daddy when we need him?" And he's like, there, my pumpkin needs me. And she's like, "Oh, and for such a noble cause." But and then there's another one where he talks about, like, oh, maybe it's he can go to heaven then. And he goes basically like, "No, I want you to send me back because, I want them to be as miserable, or, I want to be miserable with them," basically. And it was like, yep,
It sums that show up perfectly.
Or the episode where Al's mad because his car disappears and he's mad about what's in the trunk. And Peggy's like, "Is it Biggins?" And he's like, "It's not Biggins," and then at the end they show him and he pulls it out and it is Biggins, but inside of it is a picture of the family. Oh, yeah. So it's like, oh, Al does love his family,
and Biggins,
and Biggins, because yeah, Biggins. Also, it'd make you wonder if, like, like I said, because I can't imagine Marcy would want to, the woman who played Marcy, I can't think of her name.
I would doubt it.
Amanda Bierce, that's her name. Or the guy who played Jefferson. Jefferson, I could see maybe coming back, but Ted McGinley. But
yeah, I'll be curious to see more updates about this. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Or this could just turn into the long-running rumor that they were going to reboot the show at some point, and it just never, ever happens. Because, says it's being written by Family Guy's showrunner and co-executive producer, which makes sense because really somebody from Family Guy would know what waters to traverse to get a show like this on, because Family Guy does a lot of shit you shouldn't be able to get away with either.
For sure, right?
Although my biggest fear is that I also think there's a lot of really lazy writing on Family Guy. But anyway, moving on. Speaking of sequels,
the Squeakles.
Did you see? No. Although, did you see there's a Chippendales Rescue Rangers movie on
I
Disney
did
Plus?
see that.
Was there any element of you that's like, maybe I'll check it out?
I mean, yeah, I'll be honest. Because they rebooted the show on Disney, and I was like, oh, I should check this out. And then I put it on to watch, and I watched maybe like 30 seconds. I'm like, I can't. Like, this is not the Chippendale I remember as a child.
Right,
like,
you're thinking of the oiled
style was all wonky. Everything was just wonky about it. I didn't like any of it.
Yeah. Right, fair. Did you see they announced that there's going to be a sequel to Spinal Tap?
What?
Yeah, apparently the original cast and Rob Reiner are all in.
No shit.
No shit.
Wow. All right.
I mean, I think the guy who played the drummer just died, though, didn't he? Or maybe it's the guy who actually drummed. That's what I'm thinking of, because I don't think. But anyways, yeah, they said all the guys: Christopher Guest, Harry Shearer, Michael McKean, all are all in for it.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
How great is that?
It says when it was announced that Spinal Tap would reunite for one final concert, Marty DeBerge saw this as a chance to make things right with the band, who viewed this as Spinal Tap as a hatchet job, said Reiner, alongside the announcement, providing the first context for the premise. So he left his position as visiting adjunct teacher's assistant at the Ed Wood School of Cinematic Arts in pursuit of film history. So, yeah, its sequel set to arrive in early 2024, which will coincide with the 40th anniversary of the original.
Wow. All right, fair enough. See, I'm not mad at stuff like this. At least, at least you're not like, man, did you hear they're rebooting Spinal Tap? I'd be like,
oh yeah, a reboot I'd be so sad about.
I'd be
like
kind of angry, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm leery on that too. But the fact that they're doing it as like a one-off reunion concert kind of thing, keeping it probably within the documentary or mockumentary realm, I was like, okay, they're not trying to do too much extra here, you know. And yeah, because I'm like you, if they would be like, oh, we got a whole new group of guys to play, I'm like, no,
Yeah, like no,
let's
stop. Just stop.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and Rob Reiner on to direct, so that at least the tone will should feel similar, which is nice. Also, that they're not bringing in a whole new director to where it might feel really weird or something.
Exactly.
So, did you watch the She-Hulk trailer?
No, I didn't even know it came out.
Yeah, they dropped it
Oh,
today.
wow. Brian.
We finally get to see her transform into She-Hulk, and we get to see Hulk is in the trailer. And
well, what?
Yeah,
why wasn't I alerted to this?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I got one major hiccup in it, other than that. I think it's gonna bug me through the whole show.
It's a lady, I know.
A lady lawyer? No, is that we just talked about this like a week or two ago with Moon Knight, actually, when I was like, there were elements that were a little too CG for me, and she's very CG.
Now, is this going to be a series? Okay.
Yes.
See, I know nothing about it besides that the trailer came out today.
It's Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
Yeah, nice.
No, it's She-Hulk, attorney at law, is the name of it.
I mean, I got the trailer up on our thing right now. Oh no, our YouTube video is going to get demonetized.
Damn you.
Oh wait.
We were so close.
I know, right?
So close.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
She looks very cartoony.
Yeah, but in fairness, so does Hulk.
Yeah, that's true. Oof, that one looked real bad though.
Yeah, there's some shots of it's mostly like her hands. Her hands almost look like they're flags, like windsocks sometimes. Like there's no weight in her wrists. Right.
I just saw a shot of her, and the first thing that popped in my head was somebody once told me. I'm like, is that Fiona?
Boy. Well, it's a little weird to me because I get when they're like with Hulk, I understand going full CG because he's so much, Mark Ruffalo is not that crazy shredded. Right. But the way that they have her, when they're not showing like full body to where they've got to CG it, I'm a little surprised they didn't do more practical effect or just essentially change her skin color in, some program and just have her naturally acting. Right. It looks so weird in a few spots. And I'm not, not alone on that. I saw after I read some of the comments while you were watching it, I've seen quite a few, make comments about the CG. So, but again, I understand it. I can ignore some of it, but it's just one of those where I feel like there's going to be plenty of moments to where you're going to really notice it.
Well, it says it's going to drop August 1st. So, I mean, that's a few months out. I mean, yeah, maybe they're still going to brush up on some of the stuff. Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe in the context of the show, it'll all look normal. But watching it for the very first time, it's kind of very like.
Yeah, like I was saying about Spider-Man. When you're watching Spider-Man and he's swinging around, it's like this is incredibly CG. But you also kind of are like, it kind of has to be. You just ignore it after a little bit. And I assume that's how, Moon Knight was the same way. There were a couple things where it was like cape and stuff were very CG. And it was, you just, at first you're like, whoo, that's a lot of CG. And then you just kind of get over it.
Right. Move on with life.
Hopefully that's what'll happen here is that you'll see it at first and be like, and then just not care after that. And hopefully the show will be good enough you won't care.
IMDb, Tim Roth is like named. Like I'm just looking at I'm like actually I click the link It's just like the
Right.
synopsis of the link. Now,
Okay.
Tim Roth played the Abomination in that one movie.
Sure did.
Isn't that special?
I believe. I'm pretty sure that Abomination is the at least one of the characters in this movie, because I think it's like Titania, Abomination are the two characters that haven't been in there before.
Interesting.
Because I can't remember which Hulk movie was Abomination in, or wait, was it a Hulk movie?
Yeah, it was. I don't even think it was a Mark Ruffalo one. It might have been the.
That's what I was thinking too.
Not
Is
the
it was
first
like
Hulk movie with the weird Hulk dogs and shit.
the Ed Norton
Yeah.
Hulk. That's what I was just thinking too. So
Interesting.
I don't. Yeah. All right. Oh, that would explain it. I'm like, can't bring up IMDb for some reason.
Scratch
Probably
my ear.
I didn't.
And
Yeah.
my headphone felt like I just took like one of those little Dixie drink cups off my ear. There's so much grossness in there.
Wow, that's weird.
I know, right? What I'm saying, Brian, is my ear's hot.
That's pretty gross, dude.
Fucking vile, bro.
Pretty gross. Oh, that's not the right. I was looking for the Edward Norton Hulk movie, and I almost clicked on the Death of the Incredible Hulk, which is the TV movie.
Yeah, that's what you want.
No, I don't think that's the right one, Tony. It would be funny though. You're just clicking on it, thinking that's the right one. Yeah, I'm sure.
That's gotta be it. I think Tim Roth was the Abomination in the Lou Ferrigno one.
If only. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. God, I'm terrible,
Brian.
Worst.
Look
I accidentally
at you.
clicked on
You get unlimited data and you just start clicking whatever you want.
I know, just willy-nilly.
Shotgun blast clicks.
Just clicking on the Eric Bana one.
You're just clicking on
2000
pop-up ads. These are cool, guys.
Yeah, I don't even. I'm on a porn site now. I don't even.
Tabs open.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was Tim Roth played Emil Blonsky, which is the Abomination in the one with Edward Norton. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. They're bringing him back for one that's not in the current continuity-ish, or maybe it is. I don't really know.
Hilarious.
I don't know if this one
Yeah,
technically counts.
Like Mark Ruffalo Hulk and Tim Roth Abomination faced off, and he was just like, "Oh, you look different before," or something. Like,
Yeah.
your voice changed. What happened to that swastika tattoo?
Wait a minute. No, wrong
Oh,
movie,
shit,
Tony.
my bad.
Wrong. Yeah. You sons of
I mean, he was
bitches.
pretty shredded in that movie.
Yeah, true. So we got Obi-Wan dropping what next week, I
hell yeah,
believe.
can't wait.
So pretty excited about that.
You know I'll be watching that.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Boy. All right. Well, Tony, I saw this, and there's no one else I could have thought of first than you. And this was on the Nerdist, and the headline on it says, "This gigantic folding knife actually works, so steer clear."
What? All right. Let's see.
You need to find this. Do you want me to send you the link, or you want to hunt for it?
Yeah, if you just send it to me in the chat, that'll make my life a little bit easier.
That's what I was thinking. Because
gigantic folding knife, you say, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I do like my knives.
There you go. Oh, I know. And that's why I saw this one, because I'm like, this is something Tony needs, although it doesn't look like it's available for sale.
Right.
But
Bullshit.
I'm sure if you have enough money.
That's true. That's what the $1 Million Man taught me.
So exactly. Everyone's got a price.
Whoa, biggest folding knife. Oh my god, it's so big. That's hilarious. He's cutting
it works like a
looks like a big ass slice of thing of bologna.
No, that's a hot dog.
I mean, same difference, really.
It's to scale.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, apparently the length on it is more than 120 centimeters.
Oh boy.
Which I don't know what that means in American, but
big.
I don't understand as the gun. And it was like, but they don't want. It's funny because you can give a little gun, but God forbid you make something that transforms into a full-on toy gun.
Optimus Prime has this giant blaster and a fucking energy axe.
Yeah.
But you're not going to make his arch nemesis be what he should be, a gun.
That's what I keep. I
Are
hope
they
so.
gonna maybe
So
have him be the what was his other name after he almost died in space and Unicron brought him back? He turned into like artillery cannon or whatever.
oh,
Yes,
Galvatron,
maybe it'll make Galvatron. I hope not. It's kind of lame.
dude. If the next one they should make, the one I'd love to make. Can you imagine if they made a Unicron one? That'd be
cool.
dope.
I mean, I'd just be
Also-
happy with fucking Soundstream or whatever.
Yeah, Soundwave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that guy.
SodaStream, right?
What a shitty transformer. Just blows bubbles at people.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, if they're metal, maybe he can create rust. Over a few
Well, yeah,
years.
just, I mean, slowly rot them away from the outside.
Yep. Damn it! I should have seen this coming. Like a leg just falls off.
What the hell?
You just see they're driving, and all of a sudden you see like the bumper falls off, or an exhaust pipe comes off of one of the transformers. Like, what the hell? SodaStream.
I got you, fool.
Damn you. And of course he's the new leader of the Decepticons.
Fucking SodaStream. Terrible.
Disagree. I think it'd be brilliant. Whatever. All right, well that's all I got.
That's a good one.
So yeah,
We'll give it one of those.
that's pretty dope, man. When I
Yeah,
saw
it's
that
cool.
the other day, I was like, oh, I really want one of those, but also it's $170.
Yeah,
but-
Legos are so expensive, but they're so fun.
Yeah, makes me so sad I can't be a big kid and enjoy these. If I was still a kid though, well, this would have, when we were kids, this wouldn't have been 170. It would have probably been like $70 or something. But still, my parents would have been like, "There's no way."
That's hilarious. Fuck you.
I don't know. They might have, because it was Lego. Because like we always got extra play out of Lego because we would build where we were supposed to, and then at some point you're like, I'm done with this, and you just start building
Like,
other shit with
clearly, I
it
need to disassemble this shit now.
and make a giant dildo.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
as you
As
do.
And that's how fleshlights were created, everybody.
That's right. That's right. Out of Lego. Yep.
Yeah, we thought stepping on them was bad.
Oh man, yikes. Ooh. All right. Well, you got any?
No, I'm basically tapped, my guy.
All right. Well, let's do some Q of the W then, eh?
Sounds good, Derry.
Yeah, eh?
Oh yeah. We minimize that.
Oh my goodness! Always with the minimizing.
Minimizing.
Jeez.
All right. So
Here.
last week we asked you guy, what are the best midnight snacks?
Yep.
Now on Face page, Brian, we got Valerie. She says the answer is all of them. In order though, number 1, chips and cheese, and in parentheses, white nachos. Number 2,
fair enough.
cereal. Number 3, drumstick ice cream cone. Number 4, snacks mix. Cheez-Its is best. And number 5, everything bread from Walmart.
Everything bread, you
That's
say?
what she says.
Now, my friend, you have a bread machine.
I do have a bread machine. I have everything seasoning.
It sounds like you have everything
sounds
bread
like I
then.
have everything bread ready to go.
It sounds like you have everything for making it.
Oh.
Terrible. It's still no match for my my sandwich that means everything, which was the everything bagel between 2 everything buns.
Yes.
But delicious. Not really. Yeah, that's a good list.
It's a good
though.
list. It's strong.
I can't fault that stuff. Yeah.
Jeff from Hobie says
Hmm?
food.
I mean, okay. He's just not picky. Just whatever's around, I guess.
I guess.
Cat food, human food,
He's
whatever.
Brian, he's
What's
on a seafood diet.
Yeah. Dude, you can't go back to the well.
Yeah, I know.
You went to it once. You
That
can't go
one's fucking
back.
Dry.
Ugh, so dry. So are all the panties after that joke.
It's true. Good thing I like them dusty. Cassie Hogan.
Just like,
she says,
dude, that's
cereal.
I like my
What?
women. I like my women like I like my wrestlers.
Dusty.
Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Cassie Hogan, she says cereal.
Okay. Yep.
Kiki, she says ice cream, any kind. Licorice, red vines, preferably fresh and soft. Pro move right there for red vine.
For sure. Like I hate licorice when it's not soft and fresh.
Like, I don't want my licorice hurting my damn teethers.
Right. It's like I like my women the way I like my licorice, red and soft.
Red and soft. Yep.
Wait.
Cheez-It Grooves, white cheddar flavor. Spinach dip is optional. Thank me later.
Okay, I haven't had spinach dip with them. That's an interesting move.
Sweet. And then Brian, your ma, she chimed in on this one. Yeah. She says French fries with melted cheese and onions topped with salsa.
Okay.
Pretty legit.
I ain't mad at that answer either.
So then if I go over here and I whip it on over to our Instagram. Diamond fan, Big Dev.
Oh, good, he's back. I was worried. All right.
He says popcorn with a little Parmigiano and garlic on it.
Nice. That's a good move.
Or a spoon of peanut butter. Does he mean peanut butter separately, or does he mean peanut butter with his popcorn?
I'm thinking just a spoon of peanut butter, but
because
I do need to know, because if there's some technology there we're missing.
I'm kind of thinking if you melt down a spoonful of peanut butter and then drizzle that shit over some popcorn, that might be pretty good.
I've had chocolate. I've had popcorn with chocolate drizzled over it like that. So sure, that could make sense.
That might be a project for me coming up soon, because I do love me some popcorn.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. That sounds all right.
All right, but that's what I got here on my end.
All right. Well, over on Twitter, at allin_dude says ice cream. So ice cream and cereal seem to be, pretty popular choices for us here. It's interesting. Pizza rolls, I figured pizza rolls would be an answer, but maybe that was just from like our youth.
I mean, I do have a bag of those in my freezer right now, so I'm just saying.
Yeah,
they still exist.
At GSS12 says midnight snack, pizza morning snack, pizza anytime snack, pizza. Okay, if no pizza, my midnight snack go-to is a slice of cheese rolled up in a slice of lunch meat.
I mean, that's strong.
I've done that move plenty of times where you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I just need a little something in the belly. Just a little taste of something. I'll go do that. So yeah. At Fickle Fanboy RPM, which is the Fickle Fanboys podcast, they said ice cream, or since if I'm up at midnight, it means I probably can't sleep, whiskey. So, I mean, we can't be mad at whiskey's midnight snack.
That's a great snack.
Now, the move is maybe a whiskey sauce over your ice cream.
True, with a side of whiskey.
With a side of whiskey, yeah, of course. Yeah. You know what? You're right.
Yeah,
just forget the ice cream.
Bourbon milkshake with a whiskey sidecar.
Yeah. What? Oh, man, I love it. All right, and then, of course, I lost my tab for a second there. There we go. Cheeto Bandito says, best midnight snack. I am taking this as I am asleep and wake up and need a little bite of something. So I'm going to go with peanut butter. Either half a sandwich or a square of a chocolate bar dunked in, or just a spoonful because savage.
No, it's savage if you just dunk your fingers in.
Yeah, just 2 fingers in there like it's your high school girlfriend or something. Yeah. So he says, now if we were talking a late night snack, say just up watching a movie or after some beers, I will say air fried pizza rolls. Well, there we go. A fucking bang. All right. I'm missing out on the air fried pizza rolls. I haven't done the air fried pizza rolls. I'm missing out. Damn it. I don't like when I'm missing out on.
Especially because it's a pizza snack.
Yeah, right. And it's something I do have occasionally, and I clearly have all the air fryers in my house. Right. So that's what I got. So yeah, thanks to everybody who answered this week.
It was nice and refreshing to have a lot of answers we can read.
Yeah, it is also interesting because like on a question like that, because you expect a lot of kind of overlap. Like I really expected cereal to show up, and ice cream makes sense too, but because it's like honestly now for me, cereal is more of something that would be a late night snack for me than it would be. Oh, I'm getting up in the morning and I'm going to have cereal,
Just real quick. Speaking of Cheeto coming in clutch, he's in our chat right now.
Oh, I thought he was sending a cereal or something. Like he sent us some magic spoon or some liquid death. I just wanted to say liquid death again.
Yeah.
That's all. All right. So I have 1 through 16 for you to pick from.
Oh man, Brian, so many choices. We're gonna go with 7 because I looked at my water bottle and that was the first number I saw.
Son of a. Well, it's funny that you picked something from a water bottle. So the question is, what's on your anti-bucket list? Something you haven't tried and never will.
Huh. Interesting. Haven't tried and never will.
Yeah. I think for me, it'd be like the easiest one for me would probably be a skydiving. I'm just not into crazy white people shit like that.
Why's it gotta be crazy white people
You know,
shit?
or like rock climbing,
Right.
you know? It's like, no, like I just don't, there's just nothing about it that's appealing to me. Flying out of a plane, I think would be cool. Like what I would be more likely to do is like in Vegas, you know how they have those things where they have that giant fan that blows you up and you kind of can go around.
That's my
and
Grundle fan.
Oh, right. Well, you need one like that.
Right?
You know, so something like that, or like going up in one of those anti-gravity planes would be cool, I think. But I want more of a controlled environment. I don't want to just literally be cascading towards the planet at a quick rate.
That's fair.
You know, because I don't want to trust a parachute.
Right. Yeah. Yes. See, that's like I can't rule out any sort of food or drinks because I'm willing to try anything at least once.
Yeah, there's some things I'm sure would be like, no, hard pass. But I try really hard not to be that person anymore. To at least give it one try.
You know what? I'm good with, Brian? Getting branded. Like I don't know why that's a thing in some fraternities, but it is.
Right.
And I'm good never doing that. I've been burnt enough on some shit.
The sun's done enough. I don't need anything else.
Seriously, my shoulders, it kind of looks like your hat with tank top lines.
Right.
Yeah, because sun's out.
I mean, when I was a little children's, I stuck my hand right against an iron. You know, so that's all I needed. That's as close to branding as I need. I mean, aside from wearing a Liquid Death T-shirt.
I mean, dude. I mean, if they offered, I'd get a Liquid Death brand.
I don't know if I'd go that far. The offer would have to be very good, like at least 2 T-shirts.
Yeah, for sure.
Not for one, though.
I mean, I did see a while ago they put out a video that Steve-O got a tattoo with Liquid Death water. Just wasn't anything. There was no ink. They just tattooed him with water.
Okay. Well,
whatever. But yeah. I think I'm cool with that. Like, I don't understand that kind of like, well, if you're going to be part of this group, you got to get our, Pi Delta Alpha or whatever branded on your arm. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to go over here with the nerds and play D&D. That's cool.
Right.
I'm cool with being over there.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Yeah. That's a good one, I think. That's a real good answer. Because that's just beyond nuts.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Well, thanks. All right. So there you go. Question again. So, what's on your anti-bucket list? Something you haven't tried and never will.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do one of these.
Show me what you got.
There you go. Show me what you got.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Drop your ass to the floor. Yeah, so I guess with that, head on over to saltylanguage.com. Click all the links. Check out the past episodes. You can find the link for the network that we're part of over there. Tangent Bound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com. So please go check out the shows over there. And if you're looking to start a show, please hit them up to maybe join the network also. And if you talk to Mark, of course, tell him Tony misses him.
Yeah, whisper sweet nothings in his ear.
He wants to share a cheesesteak with him, like Lady and Tramp style.
And let him know my Jeep looks like a little pickup truck now.
Aw.
And I'll bet he's jealous.
Very. That's all. You just want his nose rubbed in it. That's all.
It. That's all I want to do.
Rude.
He'll just be like, yeah, I have my own cigars. Like, oh, yeah, you right.
Dang it. Yeah, you're right.
you right. You right.
You're right. Yeah. Right. So if you want to reach out to us on the socials, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stunami.
You can find me on Instagram at The Monotony. You can also find me on Twitch sometimes. Twitch.tv/damndirtyape. Admittedly, way less during the summertime. But now that Brian's got Fortnite.
Yeah.
Could watch him go through some like growing pains.
Oh, geez. It's going to be terrible.
He'd be all right.
Thinking yesterday I should just jump on and just get some practice in.
Yeah, it's just fuck around. That's how I usually do it.
Yeah.
Salty Language Pod on YouTubes. If you're watching this, you already know. If you're listening, you can watch this. You can see the stuff we're talking about. You can see our beautiful faces. Make sure you like, subscribe, get that bell so you're notified whenever a new show comes up or when we go live.
Yeah.
To be fair.
To be fair. Yep.
And Salty Language is also on TikTok, although I haven't put up a TikTok in a minute, so I got to get on that.
Oh, geez. But even if you have it, follow us, get your friends to follow us, whatever. Just help us get to where we can go live on TikTok.
Yeah, because I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Do it.
I might die.
Tony's melting. It's pretty
cool. Open up that window, dude, and there's too much electronics in this room.
Yeah. That's certainly not going to help your cause with that.
All right, but yeah, that's all I got link-wise, my dude.
Alrighty. Well, I guess also check out my other podcast, The Crazy Life, with me and Heno. We talk about, and Jen. I don't know why I didn't say Jen. We talk about mental health and recovery and addiction and kind of whatever is, part of our journey through whatever we're dealing with. So please go check that out also. And yeah, I guess until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty, everyone. And always remember, a quiet evening with friends is the best tonic for a long day. With your dick out.
Oh, my.
Right?
Like, yeah, come on in. Make yourself right at home. Zip.
Zip.
I had, this is totally, I'm not recording anymore, but this is totally a thought I had the other day. I wish it would have popped in my head was